Hey, welcome to this end of 2025 video where I want to show you the most essential gear in my studio, the stuff that has proven the test of time, that's never been replaced and that will never leave. As you can probably tell, my studio has changed a lot since its last iteration, and I'm going to walk you through everything today. So let's get started here. Controllers. Without these, I would seriously no longer really enjoy my time in the studio. This is the perfect controller, I think, for Ableton, extended with more faders and more rotaries with the MIDiMix, and then this for launching clips. This is a new workflow I developed this year, just to have the standard elements that you always need in a track, like, you know, backbeat snares, hi-hats, rides, noise risers and stuff, all on one little pad to launch. It's amazing. This is like the trifecta of controllers that I would always want to work with. Obviously, we can't work without a computer. This is an Apple M1 Max with 64 gigs of RAM. I basically built Rapid Flow on that thing. It's incredible how powerful these are. I do need to upgrade that this year, because when I'm doing like 4K live streams to YouTube and OBS and all this stuff, it's not really stable anymore. But it did really good for 5-6 years. I would highly recommend Apple computers. The next thing I would love to get into is sequencers. I love this little Torso T1. It can do so much. It's an amazing idea making inspiration thing. It splits up steps basically by Euclidean principles, so you can get more and less steps based on how many splits you do in it. You can do pitch, harmony, scales, everything. I mostly use it for harmony and scales. It's just amazing. I love using this. This has become a big part of my workflow. The other little sequencer that I'd love to show you is the Beatstep Pro. I use this a lot for basses and drums. It's just very easy to use, very fast, very powerful. I think it's a great little sequencer that I would also not want to miss anymore. And then the final synth/sequencer that I use a ton is the Waldorf Iridium, because it has this incredible touchscreen based sequencer, as well as arpeggiator, which is also scale aware, and of course an amazing keyboard and incredible sounding synth engine. So yeah, this thing is again also a core part of my studio and workflow. Then we come to the synths that I would never part with. Prophet 600. This, if it ever broke, I would immediately replace it. This for me is the most vibey, incredible, easy to navigate synth. I love using it. It's one of the instant inspiration machines for me. I think this is also something I would never part with. And next, the AKAI wireless Bluetooth headphone Studio TM1 plus something or other. Just such a gift to be able to be in the studio and walk around without a cable attached to your head. This is also something I would immediately replace. And then coming to something I think that is very underrated and not many people seem to be aware of is the old Prism Orpheus Firewire converters. Now, these are identical to the current line from internals for the sound perspective, but they have Firewire connectors, so you can get these insanely cheap. I've seen them sell for $500-600 on Reverb. So if you get one of those and some sort of an ADAT bridge, RME does good ones. I personally like the Presonus interfaces because they're Thunderbolt and they're super low latency. This has 4 ADAT ports, so I can run these 2 converters just off of that. It's a very fast connection to the laptop. So if you get one of those Presonus Quantum cards from the first generation and a Prism Orpheus converter, you can get mastering grade conversion in and out of your system at super low latency for under $1,000, under $800. I think it's a total sleeper. People don't really seem to know about these. I keep telling people about it. You can snatch these up now so cheap, and it's bulletproof if you're running them as ADAT converters. There are some limitations in how high the sample rates are that you can run them, but I run everything at 48 kilohertz and I'm super happy with that. So highly, highly recommended. All of the things that middle to reasonable converters do, kind of glassy, punchy sound that's but not really great. All of the mojo and vibe that you lose when you record a sound in, all of that stuff disappears once you get really good converters. And I've had Mytecs. They're more precise and kind of more punchy, but I definitely prefer the character of the Prisms. Other than that, I cannot say that I've ever heard any other set of converters, either the high-grade Apogee stuff and RME stuff, that I liked as much as the Prism ones. So highly, highly recommended. Something many people don't really think about is this Sanwa Gravi. A lot of people ask me about this. It's a trackball which protects your arm, but also you can program these buttons. I have double click and undo, makes you way faster. It's very pleasant. You can throw your cursor around the screen much faster. It's high resolution, 50 bucks, very well spent, because then you have that and you can have this on your left arm to scroll around your arrangement, and it just makes you super fast in the studio. So that's something I think that is underestimated and underrated. And another thing I would say is having good quality displays in the studio. This is a used 4K Dell office monitor. I got it for like, I think it was 300 bucks. It's the best money I ever spent. The picture is so clear. It's so easy to see everything, even at what is kind of a large distance. And I would highly recommend you to invest some of your studio budget into good quality displays, because otherwise you'll end up with glasses like me. Like working just on a laptop display, I don't think it's a good idea. At the very least, get like a 27 or 30 inch 4K display from a reasonable manufacturer, so you have a clear picture and your eyes are not trying to focus on blurry letters all the time. Believe me, I've done it the other way, and that's why I'm wearing these now. Maybe a little insider for any of you that want to do like YouTubing, streaming type stuff. These are Olympus OMD Mark I cameras. Basically what these are DSLRs that can do 4K video at 30 frames per second. You can get these with a high quality Olympus lens used for about $700-800 for the lot. And if you know what a Sony camera does, costs that, you know, reasonable, like a recent one, you're talking like 3,000 with a good lens. So these are what I use in combination with these Camlink 4K little capture USB cards that convert HDMI to the computer via USB. And yeah, like they're amazing. I mean, I'll say honestly, they're like maybe 10% below what you would get out of a current Sony, but that's fine by me considering they cost a fifth of what you would spend on a similar Sony system. So that's the most essential stuff I think that I would not want to miss. I can't, of course, bypass the multi-clock, because this runs everything that's clocked off of me in the studio. This I would also immediately replace if it ever broke. This is like a backbone part of my studio also. Slate VSX, which is, yeah, the only thing I 100% trust for mixing, mastering, monitoring. However, if you're asking like, well, but you're using the AKAIs, how I do this is that I have a preset in Sound ID reference that I'm going to show you now, which basically is taking the Sound ID reference AKAI TMA1 Studio preset, and then I've done some custom tweaking on the curve to get it flatter as VSX. And let me show you the points. So these are the points that I've added by switching between these headphones so that they sound very close now, and I actually can trust the AKAI headphones enough to just take those when I'm traveling. I actually ordered the new VSX headphones that are coming in that are open-backed, because the first ones blew me away so much that I want to know what the new ones sound like. And these are going to go to my son. So if he sees this video, he's going to get a nice surprise. Actually, then he's not going to get a surprise, but he's going to know already that these are going to him as soon as I get the other ones, because he's gotten really into music making now too, which I'm super proud of. And these will basically just help him really get good mixes in his bedroom. The other gear you see out here, none of this I would consider highly essential. Like, this is part of a project to make a new plugin with super cool, like weird vintage synth effects that I'm working on. The Vermona is great, but it's not like a total must-have for me. The Matriarch is great and fun, but also, again, not something I would immediately replace if it broke. What I would replace if it broke is the Digitech Talker, because I love being able to put my voice into my tracks. I use this Heil Sound mic, which, yeah, it's just like very loud, gives you a good clean signal. And then the Matriarch is just food for the vocoder that this does. And if you know my old studio and you're wondering like, where did all your synths go, man? I mean, like, there's some in the corner here. You can see there's like a Prophet 10. The Dominion's actually moved over here now. The reason why I don't have all my synths out and connected anymore is because, and sorry if this comes across like a plug, it's not intended that way, it's just the way I run my studio now. Everything I love from my synth collection has now wandered into Zensphere, the plugin that we do. And I realized recently I was like recording a bass from the Dominion 1 and I was like, tweaking everything here with all this stuff, and it takes a long time. And like I had it quite close and I was like, okay, yeah, cool, this sounds good in the track. And then I switched over to that patch basically from the Dominion 1 that I had already recorded in Synths, and it sounded better. It sounded exactly the same. There was no quality loss listening to it through the board or from the plugin. Because yeah, of course, I recorded it with the same converters, the same mix, everything's the same, but it's already digital, note by note, so that's what I use now. And that's why if I had to start over again today, the only synths I would pick up again immediately is the Waldorf Iridium. Big shout out to Waldorf because they actually sent me this as part of a collaboration, and yeah, it's brilliant. The Prophet 600, because again, it's just such an inspiration machine and it's very different to the Waldorf. It's like kind of the opposite. It's totally unprecise and kind of like glitchy and stuff, but it just sounds beautiful. And then this little guy, it's like this little bass machine. It's like a 303 modded clone. It sounds so groovy. It's so funky, clocked off of multi-clock and really fat. I think it's in 2 or even 3 of the tracks on the last EP that I released. Bass lines came from that. All of the other stuff that's here is amazing and like super fun to use, but I wouldn't consider any of it anymore hyper essential now that I did the work of bringing all of that into Zensphere, somehow virtualizing it. I think the Console 1 plugin for me is essential. It's on all my channels because it has everything and it comes with the surface, which is kind of nice to have, but I do a lot of stuff just on the plugin with its high cut and the sidechain and the compressor, which are all hardwired to my dedicated controllers here. So when I travel, for example, I don't take this, I just use the plugin. But yeah, that would also be something that I think is essential. And then Flux Adapter AB, that's something that I would always get again, an Adapter AB referencing plugin, because it's just so essential to be able to really hear what you're doing. That is the most essential gear from my studio that I would immediately replace again if it broke or went missing. I mean, Anchor Hub 10-port powered USB hubs are the only super reliable hubs that I found. They're about $60, so I guess you get what you paid for, but those I would also immediately replace because they're bomb-proof. They never go offline, devices never lose sync, everything just works. And if you're wondering like, yeah, dude, what about speakers? I'm actually in the process of doing a speaker upgrade. I got some used Questeds H208 passive speakers, and I have a massive amp down here from the Amphion still, because this room is bigger than any room I've ever had and I need something to fill out the sound more than these MS. And the Amphions, as great as they are for mixing, I find them a bit harsh on my ears in the long term, and I think the Questeds have a very similar type of resolution, so I'm hoping I can just put up the Questeds here and have one speaker that does everything. And actually then, if that's how it turns out, these also will be sold, and I just want to reduce it also from a monitoring point of view. So yeah, the Quested I hope will be more agreeable for production, but also clean enough to really do mixing and mastering and listen to loudly without having to switch between speakers and stuff, and keep kind of things simple. This Revox tape machine is incredible, especially on bass lines and synths. I sampled a lot of bass synths through it. Would I replace it again if it somehow broke? Probably not, because the sounds that I need to run through a machine like this are, again, in Zensphere. This 808, it's incredible. I love its bass and drum sounds, toms, hi-hats, everything about it is super cool. I have not sampled this yet because we haven't made a drum plugin yet. This I would probably actually replace because it's such a cool machine. I'll do a video on it one day. It sounds so warm and incredible. It sounds like a modded out 808 where you can tune the bass and the decay of the kick drum and stuff. It's incredible. Beautiful, beautiful machine. Yes, that is the gear from me here in the Rapid Flow studio that I would go back to if it got damaged or disappeared or broke or whatever. And I hope that this gives you an interesting insight into where I'm at today with the studio and with the gear. And I want to just say, thank you for all of your support during 2025, all your feedback, all your comments, the topics you've given us for feedback on what we can do better. I really appreciate it. I want to say a huge thank you to everyone that's followed and subscribed and liked and commented under our videos, and of course everyone that got one of the Rapid Flow products or Zensphere from our shop. Thank you. I'm eternally grateful to you for keeping me out of the corporate world and being able to live and do now what I love to do, which is engineering, music production, creating crazy sounds for you. I love what I'm doing now. So again, really from the bottom of my heart, thank you for enabling me to do that. As I wish you a happy, a healthy, and an inspired 2026, and yeah, may your best wishes come true, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Take it easy. Bye-bye.